Premier League returns to action as Arsenal as Arsenal pays a visit to Vitality Stadium. Last season, when Arsenal paid a visit to Vitality Stadium, they really went gung-ho at Bournemouth. 6-0. That was the score I remember in just that game. I think Declan Rice had a couple of assists. Saliba was on target. Gabriel Magalhaes on target. Saka was on target. I think even Kai Havertz and Leandro Trossard, I think, scored a brace into that game of football. If at all I'm not going to obviously get history right, you can obviously rectify me. But all I know, the result was 6-0 at the Vitality Stadium. And I know that Arsenal went ahead to beat, were they three teams? Bournemouth, West Ham, by a difference or a goal margin of 6-0, and they really went gung-ho, and that was Arsenal for you into the mix. And that shows you exactly what it means for the side of Arsenal in a game like this. And however much these two managers come in from Basque in Spain, they grew up together, same age, I think 40 to 43. That is Mikel Arteta and the manager of, is it called Alayola, the manager of Bournemouth, and they're really going to be meeting in here to obviously put in the required shift altogether. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And even if you want to use phones and use laptops from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and the rest will be history. Will thank me later, because they really have the best of the best that you deserve in as far as laptops and phones are really concerned. Arsenal is really going to be playing its 8th game of the season, and they come into this game of football when they are second, third. I think they are third, and if they win tomorrow, they obviously get into the position of leading the table as they wait for Liverpool to play against Chelsea on Sunday. So it's really going to be very important as Man City also plays against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And let's see close to 200 likes much in this video, as this match preview really heads into the right direction to obviously give us the required shift altogether into the mix. Now, today Arteta is going to obviously hold what we call a pre-match press conference, and lots of positive stories have gone ahead obviously be given out to the side of Arsenal. Saka, Timber, Benjamin White, Kai Havertz, Thomas Partey, all those are really available. All the players that really went ahead obviously not attend the international break are really available, and those that are not yet available are Odegaard. But good news is he might return before this international break really comes to an end. Tomiyasu is injured. KNTN is injured. Who else is injured? I think those are now the three injuries that Arsenal are really having. Martinelli has also gone ahead to be past fit. He trained yesterday, and even today he's due to train to see to it that everything really moves on as planned. So the Arsenal squad is really back to full fitness, and guess what? We believe it's really gonna go strong to that side of the Vitality Stadium. When you look at the side of Bournemouth, I think Taylor Adams is really doubtful. Justin Kluivert is really doubtful. But the rest of the players are really available. So we are waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out for the side of Bournemouth, meaning that almost their starting 11 is there and ready to face it off with the side of Arsenal and see who is really going to be coming out to be the winner of this group. Sorry, the winner of this beautiful game of football. So Arsenal obviously has all what it takes to win this game of football, and let's see what is that probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal that we think can come up through and obviously cause havoc to the side of Bournemouth, as Bournemouth hosts them down at the Vitality Stadium that capacitates 11,379 people down there. Obviously in goal, David Raya, returning from international break, a man who has gone ahead to obviously kick Unai Simon from the starting position of the goalkeeping department of Spain, and obviously he's really now the goalkeeper of Spain, first choice. I've gone ahead to see him the previous games they played in the recently concluded uh, international break, and even this one, I've gone here to see David Raya coming in through to obviously be the man in between the stitches. And I think the manager's getting it right. When you're having a goalkeeper, David Raya, obviously playing at Arsenal, why do you go in for Unai Simon? You get, meaning that David Raya is there on merit. And I tell you, at his age, remember, I think he hasn't gone hit to clock 30. That means he's going to be the first choice goalkeeper for Spain for a very long time because of his saves, his ball distribution, shot stopping abilities, and that makes him one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He won the Golden Glove in the Premier League, and he went ahead to keep, I think, is it 16 or 17 clean sheets last season? That is David Raya for you. Straight from Spain, and is in here to obviously put in the required shift. He was into those games, and I think they kept a clean sheet, 2 clean sheets. Against Denmark, it ended 1-0 in favor of Spain. Then against which other team did they beat? Was it 5? You know, he was also in between the stitches, and that shows you that he has gone ahead obviously tick the boxes of being the first choice goalkeeper of Spain. That is David Raya. Right back, I think it's really gonna be Julian Timber, obviously, to really have some minutes into this beautiful game of football and see how things are really going to be panning out for him. And I know Ben White is also going to be back, but the manager, I think, will really get him Julian Timber depending on his fitness levels. All right, if the fitness levels of Julian Timber are really a little bit down and then Benjamin White is really up, Benjamin White will come in through and obviously start. But I see Julian Timber obviously finding himself into the starting position of the right back position of Arsenal. Left back, I know it's going to be Ricardo Carafiori with Zinchenko, also a doubt and not yet fully fit. We really expect Carafiori to come in through and obviously play a very huge part into this beautiful game of football. If he started against Man City, started against any other team, then this is the right game for also to start because he has been playing some good minutes at Italy, and Italy went ahead to perform very well, and I see Ricardo Carafiori doing the needful into the mix. Now, in the central defense, William Saliba, right-sided centre-back. Obviously, he struggled in the game of Belgium, and they played Belgium on which team? I think they played Belgium, and which other side did they play? He really struggled, and you saw to it that in that game of Belgium, he found himself really giving out a penalty, and I think Tielemans never did justice to his team because he really went high, and he really missed that penalty. But Saliba hasn't been looking good in this game. So in the previous games of Arsenal, that of Leicester City, Southampton, even those 2 games. So we hope to it that really gets back to his best and as his counterpart, because his counterpart, who goes by names of Gabriel Magalhaes from Brazil, he looked good in those 2 games that Brazil went ahead to play, and he returns to obviously put in the required shift possible for that side. So the back 5 is really going to be as usual, and I think, as I told you, that it's really going to be lining up like that. You remember when Carafiori came in through, and I told you that Benjamin White is really going to be having a lot of trouble because however much the manager loves him, if Carafiori hits the ground running and Timber hits the ground running, then they'll take over the left back and right back positions respectively. You understand? So all what this guy has to do is simple. He has to obviously find himself in a position of really putting the required shift all together by really performing very well. And Timber has done what he has to do. In the midfield, I see Thomas Partey taking back his position at the CDM as of Arsenal. Remember, he's one of those that never took part into the international break because he was really injured, and his team is on the verge or brink of not qualifying for what we call the African Cup of Nations. I think that is Ghana, because they aren't really having some good results. Then alongside him, it's going to be the man himself, known as Leandro Trossard. Obviously, he has come into and obviously played as one of the best 10s at Arsenal. He's creating assists, putting in goals, and he's really one of those players that has gone ahead obviously put in the required shift altogether. The other person is all about is all about Declan Rice. You know, that is the midfield three of Arsenal. And you can just read the team of Arsenal and really understand that that's how it's really going to be lining up into the midfield. So, Saka, obviously, he has healed on time and is going to be played as a right forward. Remember, the guy is in fine form. 7 assists, 2 goals in the Premier League. And I think this is one of the games that can see Bukayo Saka really put in another assist and obviously do a lot of football stuff. In Europe, I think he has created more assists. Is there any player that is going to hit to create more assists than him? Especially set-piece assists. I don't think there is any, and Saka is really suckering and really cooking in. So that is Bukayo Saka for you, and is really putting in the Rokani shift all together, and is like, I'm really gonna come up and obviously put in the Rokani shift all possible to obviously do the best for my team. And he's really captaining Arsenal in the absentia of Martin Odegaard, and is really putting in the Rokani shift all together. So after that, we can talk about left forward. Obviously going to be Gabriel Martinelli to start onto that side, though he was really injured a little bit and there was an injury scare. Arteta has just confirmed us today that Martinelli is good to go and all will be okay and all will be fine. Leading the line, will it be Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz? I think it's going to be Kai Havertz leading the line. So that is my probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal. And I don't know what your thoughts are about your probable starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. But all in all, they're really going to be having a very beautiful encounter at the Vitality Stadium. Now, let's get into the head-to-head as provided to us by Gigi as they come in through. Bournemouth have lost 11 of their 11 Premier League games against Arsenal, though all 3 expectations have been in home games. 3-3 in January 2017, 2-1 in January 2018, 1-1 in December. Secondly, since Bournemouth returned to the Premier League in 2022, Arsenal have won all 4 of their meetings with the Cherries by an aggregate of 13-2, netting 3 goals each time. So each time they've gone ahead, obviously meet, Arsenal has gone ahead, obviously net an average of 3 goals. Thirdly, each of Bournemouth's last 10 Premier League wins have been against sides in the bottom half of the table. The Cherries are winless in their last 11 sides. In their last 11 against sides in the top half since beating Manchester United 3-0 in December last year at Old Trafford. I remember that game very well because I support Man United. Then Arsenal 3-1 win over Southampton last time out was their 999th top flight win. Victory here will see them become the second side to reach 2,000 wins after Liverpool with 2,065. Arsenal are unbeaten in 10 of their last games in all competitions so far this season. 7 wins, 3 draws. They last had a longer unbeaten run from the start of the season in 2007-2008, first 21. So you now know what Arsenal is really having in its bag. But you know, they're really having a Van Lisson. They're having, Senesi? What's the name of that guy? There is Semenyo. They're having Senesi. Kakezi, that left back, is really good. Cook, Christie, Tavernier, Sinestera, Evangelisson. So, with all that, we anticipate a very beautiful game of football to obviously take place and see what the world is really going to be showing right about now. So, I'm calling upon for your predictions into the comment section below, and you people are like, Rokani, what's your prediction? 3-0 win for the club of Arsenal. Arsenal has a tendency of keeping clean sheets away from home, and when they're at the Emirates, they really keep clean sheets. But I've told you that Arsenal are really good to go, and they're really going to be putting in the required shift altogether. Now I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about the club known as Arsenal. So that is my probable starting 11 and the predictions I call upon for everything that you know about this beautiful game of football. Arsenal need to win because they are 14 points and they will go to 17. I think it's 13. Arsenal having 14 points, right? And if they win, obviously, obviously, Arsenal having 17 points. They win, they go to 20 points. So remember, Arsenal are really going to be playing it's going to be Arsenal really playing their game around Arsenal playing their game at 19:30. You know, if they win, they will sleep on top of the Premier League table because Man City will be playing Wolverhampton Wanderers on Sunday at 16 hours. Liverpool will take on Chelsea at 18:30 hours. And I'm going to be really bringing you what I think about that beautiful game of football here. And I know you'll be eagerly waiting for my reactions into the mix. So we out for now. See you later. 100 likes to be smashed on the video. And don't forget to really subscribe. Rokani David remains my name. And I'm out. See you, my mates. And bye-bye.